Yeah. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Morning for us still in California. Early morning crypto talk, Bitcoin Brandon from Los Angeles, California. Soon I will be in Chicago in 24 hours. From now, I'll be in Chicago. And I hear it's going to be cold, colder than when I was in Philly, so I'm not looking forward to that. All right, let's see who we have on the line. We've got Nicholas, Quincy Roll, Mafoose, TC Dixon, Lorna Vasquez, Shauna Ross from Charlotte, Gina Ray from Philly, Moshe Frazier from Philly, Stacy Alugas from New Orleans, Jacqueline from Clinton, Maryland, Lashana from Richmond, Rohan Johnston from ATL. Welcome, welcome. We're getting started in a second. I see Damon from Philly. Now, as a disclaimer, I'm not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I read the news, give my opinion, share suggestions, and it is up to you to make an important, informed decision on which direction you want to move into. There's 4 rules I live by in the crypto space. Rule number 1, education is key. Education is everything. Rule number 2, never invest money that you cannot afford to lose. Rule number 3, always get your return on investment back as fast as possible. And rule number 4, where do you see yourself in 3 months, 6 months, a year from now? What are you willing to do to make it happen? Make a decision, stay focused, and do not get distracted. There's so many things out there that can get you distracted in this space. You have limited resources, so remember that. Now, this is not going to guarantee you success. but it will at least give you limit your risk, and that is the most you can ask for. All right, let me get some set up. I'm actually going to pull up one of my exchanges as well. We're going to look at this in detail. See what's been going down. All right, let me turn on screen share. And I need my Bluetooth. I like to walk around when I talk. All right. I did not do a late night crypto talk last night, and I wish I did. I did not even look at the charts last night, and I wish I did, because I lost some money. Well, only if I decide to sell. You remember how I always been teaching that when you see the market drop, how to use Tether? This is one of those moments that I should have used Tether. And this is how fast things can happen. The last time I did a crypto talk was a little more than 24 hours ago. So we come to CoinMarketCap. What did I say? The first thing you look at is this top line. And what do we see? Yesterday, it was at 212 billion. Today, it is at 190 billion. The market lost $22 billion in 24 hours. The price of Bitcoin dropped from $6,400 to $5,800, lost 600 points in 24 hours. Had I been paying attention last night, and I was too busy getting ready for, in fact, I wasn't planning on doing a live today at all. I'm getting ready for my trip to Chicago. My wife's coming back from Europe. I got my kids. I'm playing daddy duty right now. So I haven't been on game, on point. And this is one of those things that, Brandon, this is why you do two crypto talks a day. So one time I do not do a crypto talk last night, look what happens. That is when I would have saw the market and I would have moved my stuff into Tether, saved my value, and then sat on it and wait for it to come back up. So 190 billion, Bitcoin dominance actually went up, which meant more money was pulled from the altcoins than Bitcoin. So the altcoins lost. Let's see, were there any gains? Ethereum, for some reason, went up 11%. I never even heard of them. MetaWise, USD coin, that's a stable coin, went up. You want to know why? So they're using this instead of Tether. People pulled money out of the markets and moved it into USD coin. This is brand new, actually. Look at that. It's already went up. It's on rank number 50. See it skyrocketing up? True USD, another stable coin. Another stable coin. So we got two stable coins here. People that put their money into to save it, their value. Let's see, Paxos. What is this? Another stable coin? So 3 stable coins. Boom, boom, boom. Paxos Standard. And then let's look at the worst losers. IOST 21%, 20%, Wax 19%, ARC, Ravencoin, L, Basic Attention down 18%, Walton Chain, Eternity, let's see, Decentraland, Nexo, all of these. Number 4, Bitcoin Cash is down. This is interesting to me. How Bitcoin Cash is down 15% when tomorrow's the fork. You would think that is when people will want to have more Bitcoin Cash so that they can get the same equal amount, but it has no effect. Verge, everything The whole market is down. So it is not one news on one coin. Something happened that spooked the entire industry. And I am still under the opinion that the market is being manipulated right now. So let's take a closer look. I'm going to look on Poloniex. So let's see, the 24-hour high was 54.97. 24-hour low, 58.25. Last price, 58.84. It seems to be stabilizing a bit, maybe. Let me look at the 5-minute chart here. When it flatlines, this one you want to look out for. When it flatlines, then you can say, all right, it's time for me to move my coins out of Tether back into Bitcoin. But I don't know if we've hit the bottom yet. The top Bollinger Bands, the bottom is still pointed downward. A squeeze happened. This squeeze happened yesterday, last night. Look at this squeeze right here. And this would have given me my indicator. This sucker's about to drop. Boom, boom, boom. The split happened. Up, down. The middle bar went straight down. The volume, when money was being pulled out, straight down. Way below this bottom line. Stabled off a bit, but still trending downward. You see this line right here? Still trending downward in the top point. So I don't know where this is going to stabilize, but the last price is 58.78 and the low was 58.25. So I'm going to be watching this one real closely. You see it went up a bit, but now it's still in the negative here. Last 5 minutes. Let's look at 24-hour. Look at this. Look at this squeeze right here. This was last night. Squeezing real tight. Really was squeezing all freaking day. And then, boom, dropped. This is when you move into Tether or any stable coin. Let it drop. Wait till it hits bottom. Here's where it starts bouncing again. $5,800 level. Let's mix that. That might be the resistance. Look at this buy-sell wall. So 5,900 is a wall. Let's see what's going on. Sell orders, 59, 59, 59. Buy orders, 58, 58, 58. So 5,800 seems to be the new bottom right now, where this is going to start stabilizing. Then this is when you want to buy. This is when, had I made that move last night, now I'd be putting it all back into the market and then sit on it and see how long until it rises. But look at all these red, double digits. All right, so now we see that. Why did this take place? So let's look at, this is interesting. This article was last night. Binance CEO doubles down on Bitcoin bull run. Really? And just a couple hours later, it loses 20 billion. Appearing on CNBC, cryptos trader Zhao said, even if I don't know what will catalyze a Bitcoin bull run, I am certain it will happen. Sooner or later, something will trigger it. I agree with that. CZ reiterated in the tweet he has no idea when it will happen or what the catalyst would be. I think it will happen in 2019. I will say once and for all, there will be a bull run, followed by a bear run, then bull, and bear and bull, and bear and bull. If you say it quickly, it becomes BNB. Bear, bull, bear, bull, bear, and bull, bear, and bull. That's correct. Ethereum, yeah, okay. Ripple, this is another, I'll read this more detail later on privately. Tron, Cardano, so this is news on all the coins. IOTA. And then you've got this one that just popped in today. Yeah, that's incorrect, Robert. If you like this information, make sure you hit the like button. I'm not getting paid to do this. Crypto market cap drops below $200 billion for the first time in November. So let me put this link in the chat box. See, this is major market news. Made me interrupt my day and do a live. Let's see what's going on here. What do they say? This week's crypto downturn forced the cryptocurrency market cap past an uncomfortable milestone on Wednesday, with the cryptocurrency market cap dropping below the $200 billion mark a day ahead of the contentious Bitcoin Cash hard fork. So is that something to do with it? Is all this because of the fork? But if so, the opposite should happen. I mean, let's go back. The last time there was a major fork was Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash fork. And let's click on Bitcoin. And I want to let's go back to last year. August 1st, 2017. This is again why I state there's some form of manipulation taking place. Now I got to go with all. All right, let's go back. April, October. So somewhere around here is when the split happened. And leading up to it, because there was talks about it halfway through the year, the market started to jump and went up to $2,500 because everybody knew they were going to get an equal amount of Bitcoin Cash as they have Bitcoin. There was a run up to it. That's normal. But in this case, the opposite is taking place. Why? Why would the opposite take place? Why would you pull 20 billion out unless the big boys did that to get their profit on right now before a run? Get their profit, let it drop, buy more, and then let the run happen. Let's look at this again. Diana Townsend is the last person I sat down with to really go over this, how to read this properly. Remember, Diana, I said the squeeze? When you see a squeeze happening like this, something's about to go down. It can break up or it can break down, but this is when you want to definitely pay attention to it. For those of you that don't like to day trade, this is when you set your stop orders, your sell orders. Just in case it drops like me, I was asleep last night. I woke up at about 3, but I didn't look at the chart. But I would have moved everything into tether and let that sucker drop. But this is how you read. You can read the chart. You know something's about to go down. But it's been sitting flat for the last couple of days. Let's go back a week. Yeah, go back even further. Let's go back a month. So a month, it's been kind of flatline. And then today, boom, drop like that. Right before the Bitcoin Cash fork. Let's continue reading. The crypto market had traded as high as $220 billion on November 7th, about the time many bulls were anticipating that the Bitcoin price could break above its 200-day moving average and begin the long grind back to the all-time high it set last December. That breakout failed to materialize, and the crypto market began a gradual decline that steepened on Wednesday morning as the Bitcoin Cash price erased the gains it had made in advance of tomorrow's hard fork. While Bitcoin Cash has been the large cap index's worst performer today, it was far from the only coin affected by today's sell-off. So Diana, this is one of those times that, yeah, you would move it into tether. It's too late now, but this is one of those, you don't do it on every day, but this is one of those big moments that if we were looking at the chart, yeah, we'd move it over. And now I'm kicking myself for not doing a crypto talk last night because I didn't look at anything last night. But did you see how fast things can happen in just 24 hours? Wow. So, excluding stable coins, only 3 top 100 cryptocurrencies managed to tread water against the US dollar, and 7 of the 10 largest crypto assets posted declines of at least 10%. Altogether, the crypto market cap dropped by more than $19 billion
is now 22 billion over the preceding 24 hours and was valued at just 192 billion at the time of writing. Let's see, so things are moving so fast. Let's hit refresh. So according to CoinMarketCap, 5743, that's dropped. It was just 5,800 when I was talking, but what's Poloniex telling me? The last price was 5838. This is more accurate. It's minute to minute. Let me look at the 5-minute chart again. Still treading on the downward tip. Get to 15 minutes. Yeah, we still got more volume being pulled out. 58.46, last price 58.58. Still higher than the 24-hour low, but it's right at the bottom. Negative 9%. Yeah, this thing might still keep dropping a bit. So I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't sell, definitely. But I would wait before I will start to buy. Got to keep watching this. So I'm going to keep talking. We'll see if it changes in a second. All right. Although together, the crypto market cap dropped by more than 19 billion over the preceding 24 hours and was valued at 192 billion at the time of writing. The sell-off not only brought the combined value of all cryptocurrencies below 200 billion for the first time since October 14th, but also brought it to its lowest mark since mid-September. Notably, the recent decline has seen investor capital begin to consolidate back into Bitcoin from the altcoin markets. What that means is this. Remember I say this cap here? It was at 52% dominance. It went up to 54% when I started this live. It's down to 53.4%, which means Bitcoin is still performing better than all the other altcoins. And on this, I am curious that Tether is still showing a little in the red, dropped to 98 cents. But I think that's because people now have an alternative to Tether. And that alternative is USD coin and True USD and Paxos Standard. These three stable coins people are using. Interesting. I need to do some research, more research on them. Notably, the recent decline has seen investor capital begin to consolidate back into Bitcoin from the altcoin markets, with Bitcoin's share of the overall crypto market cap rising to 54.2% at present versus 51.8% on November 7th. Let's see if that's CCN. Let's see if news.bitcoin has any new updated news. Because that was 2 hours ago. The news.bitcoin, Mint exchange open, central banks, IMF, preparing for the looming Bitcoin Cash fork. The growth of securities, so that's 6 hours ago, 32 minutes ago, 3 hours, 8 hours. They don't have any news on this. Bitcoin Cash price rally stalls, that's a day ago. 1 day ago, Bitcoin coffee. Hold on, let's see in my other alerts. Now you see why I do 2 crypto talks a day? I stay on top of this stuff. And even then, I missed this because I did not do a crypto talk last night. I wasn't even looking at the charts. Based on oil, okay, there's nothing new there. Moscow has 120,000 residents using Bitcoin. Mint exchange opens. Africa is live now. Yahoo partners with crypto game show. See, this type of news, you would think the market is blowing up. It should. New mail, let's see. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency news. Crypto market, that's this one right here I just read. There is no CoinMD startup. Yeah, know about that. There is no other news. So the only thing I can think of that's causing this is the fork, the Bitcoin Cash fork. So let's actually open that up. This is 5 hours ago. So let's learn about what's going on with Bitcoin Cash fork. And you're right, Darnell. USDC is on Coinbase, so I think that's why it's had a bump outside of Tether. Preparing for the looming Bitcoin Cash fork. It's 5 hours old. Well, I'll put this in the chat box. On November 15th, the Bitcoin Cash network faces a contentious fork, and many BCH users have been wondering what to do with their funds before the consensus changes. In order to address some questions concerning the upcoming fork, news.bitcoin.com has outlined some of the options available for BCH proponents. Cryptocurrencies fork from time to time, and more often than not, upgrades are usually quite smooth. However, every once in a while, some consensus changes can be controversial and ultimately lead to a blockchain split. At the moment, the Bitcoin Cash fork plan for November 15th is in dispute. And the two development teams, Bitcoin ABC and Bitcoin SV, have not yet come to an agreement. We read about this yesterday or the day before about, I think it was yesterday morning, about Charlie Vare and Craig Wright not getting along. After hearing about the fork on social media, the cryptocurrency-centric forums, many newcomers have asked if they should prepare for the consensus change, especially when it may result in a split. There are plenty of options available for people who possess Bitcoin Cash, but in the end, the decision will ultimately differ with each individual and organization. So another question is, when the split happens, will it still be called Bitcoin Cash, or will it be Bitcoin Cash ABC and Bitcoin Cash SV? Sit and wait with custodial and non-custodial services, okay? Many cryptocurrency veterans who have already experienced a number of disputed consensus changes, especially ones that have led to blockchain splits, will likely tell you to sit back and wait. Nobody truly knows the outcome. So basically, the sit and wait method doesn't take much effort. That's true. Just sit and wait. However, there are a couple of things to think about. For example, if you use a non-custodial wallet that gives you the ability to possess your own keys, whether it be a 12, 24-word mnemonic phrase or a file, then the sit and wait process is considered a safe method by experienced crypto enthusiasts. Yeah, I agree. No matter what happens, your current funds, as well as any future split coins, will sit while you hold your private keys. That's another thing why you want to hold your private keys if you're holding. There was an issue last year when Bitcoin forked and everybody had their coins on Coinbase. Coinbase originally was not going to honor the fork, meaning they weren't listing Bitcoin Cash, and they said they weren't going to list it until January. And even then, that didn't mean you were going to have a same amount of coins. They were almost going to put a lawsuit on Coinbase, and Coinbase reversed course and went ahead and honored the fact that if you had the same number of Bitcoin, you would have the same number of Bitcoin Cash. But that wasn't the case. But if you own your own key, then yes, that's the case. If you don't use a non-custodial wallet to hold your Bitcoin Cash, then you can still do the sit and wait method with an exchange. The choice is made, but this depends on the exchange. There was problems with that last year. I think it's a little bit more advanced now because all the exchanges have to honor it. You guys seeing a black screen? Gina says she sees a black screen. My other computer's all good. So Gina, you might have to do a refresh. All right, this choice is made of an individual trust, their service provider, to handle the consensus change properly. Has there been any word on Exodus, Binance, even Bread Wallet saying that they're going to honor the splits? Because not all of them will. So you want to make sure you're holding your coins on an exchange or a wallet that's going to honor the split. And admittedly, I have not been keeping up with the news on this fork outside of what I've read, in the news. I haven't done research on why, because that stuff bores me. I'm not a programmer. I don't want to hear scalability and all the miners and the numbers and what they're voting on a consensus. I don't care. I just want it to work. So I haven't been paying attention to that lately. So it says, most people know the golden rule that if you don't hold your keys, you don't own Bitcoin. But some people still hold funds on exchanges in spite of this warning. I told you guys that too. If you're not trading, do not hold your coins on an exchange. That reminds me, I need to move a whole lot of Stellar off my exchange. The good news is that an overwhelming majority of exchanges have supported split coins in the past. If a split takes place again, a number of trading platforms may honor both chains, but that depends on whether or not the networks are reliable. So that's definitely the main exchanges: Binance, Bittrex, Poloniex, Bitfinex. It's the little ones I worry about: OKX, HitBTC, YoBit. Those are the ones I worry about. However, it is all entirely up to each exchange in regard to how they deal with a fork and a split. There could be a chance that only one chain will be viable in the eyes of a given business, and the course of action will effectively be that company's decision. It will also mean each company will be in control of the situation and may not honor another chain's withdrawals for a period of time, if at all. In other words, they say, yeah, we'll list it, but we're not going to allow you to pull any out. No withdrawals until we're confident. That happens. In contrast to holding your funds in a non-custodial wallet, using an exchange means you are subject to the company's protocol during a fork. In the days leading up to this fork, most exchanges have told customers they will pause BCH deposits and withdrawals for an unknown period of time. I would not, right now, I would not be messing with Bitcoin Cash at all. I would, especially in the next 24 hours and then a couple of days after. Don't do anything, because you don't know if a hack can happen. You don't know when the fork happens, if the new block's being made, is it recording properly? And all of a sudden, your data's lost. I wouldn't touch Bitcoin Cash at all. And I think that might be why we're seeing a huge drop right now. People are moving their money out of the market and they're sitting back and waiting and see what's going to happen. And when I say people, I'm not talking about the little guy. I'm talking about those that's manipulating the market in the first place. Let's see if this even can give me, how far back can I go on this? How big are these sell orders? Market trades. I want to go all the way back down to, no, it's only telling me so far 14th. Went all the way down to 57.32. Well, buying at that amount. But the 24-hour low, though, 57.11. Yeah, okay. 57.35 now, 24-hour low. Now negative 11%. Yeah, this thing is still sliding. Still 5 minutes. Yeah, it's really still sliding. Almost down to 5,600. Wow. What are the big boys doing? Let's see these amounts. Sell 40 Bitcoin, 20 Bitcoin, 35. These are big sales here. $202,000 sale order. $116,000 sale order. This kind of stuff is what spooks people. Then the little guy, I better start selling too to keep up. The whales are selling. But also, why in the world would you sell at $5,700? Why would you sell $20,000 or $200,000 at $5,700? You sell at when it was at the high. Look at this one, 51 Bitcoin. Oh, no, that's 51.08. 20 Bitcoin. What about buy orders? Anybody buying a whole lot? No. 4.5 Bitcoin, $25,000. Look at this. Here's a buy order. See, this dude thinks the new bottom's at 5,600. So he's putting that's $199,000 buy order right now at 5,600. So the market's going to sip down into this range. It's going to keep sliding. See, this is how you know to read the chart. You can kind of get a guess how low this thing's going to keep going, on what people are willing to sell at and what people are actually buying at. Let's do a refresh on CoinMarketCap. Look at that. It just lost freaking $4 billion since I've been talking. Let me hit refresh. It's lost $8 billion since I've been speaking. And I have no idea why outside of Bitcoin Cash hard fork. The only thing we can do now is speculate on how far it's going to go down. Yeah, they're selling. Yeah, you're right, Quincy. They are selling. If you're selling that large amount, they do know something. Let me look at that again. 20 and 35 Bitcoin being sold. That is 116,000, 204,000 at 5,800. But the market's below that now. We're below 5,800. Ain't nobody buying it at 5,800. So they're going to have to pull those orders off and do a resell at a lower amount. 35 Bitcoin is being sold, but everything right now is on buying. See, this thing is moving fast. Look at this. A lot of activity going on. Someone just is put a buy 25,000 at, I can't even keep up with this thing. 4.5 Bitcoin, 25 grand. 35 Bitcoin at 199,000, but that's at 5,700. So you know what? This looks like the rest of these buy orders is still above 57. 5-minute chart is telling me last price 57.76. So that's a little up, still negative 10% change. Yeah, I got so much to do today. I don't want to be looking at this chart. But the other markets, let's look at Bitcoin Cash. Yeah, I know Sonny covers it. I don't pay attention to him too much. All right, Bitcoin Cash. 24-hour high, 536. So it's lost $100. It's at 437 was the last price. 24 hours. So Bitcoin Cash followed like Bitcoin did. This is almost identical to Bitcoin. You see that? Came right back up a little bit and then dropped again. I'll show you an example. Let's go to Bitcoin again. Very important. You know how to read these charts. Goes 24 hours. Look at this. Boom, up, boom. Just like Bitcoin Cash. I wonder, I'm going to look at Ethereum next. There's Bitcoin Cash. Down, up, down. What about Ethereum? Do they follow the same suit? "24 hours, yep. Here's Ethereum. Squeeze too. Down, up, down." So this isn't just one news. This is the entire market is all going to look the same. And why? Because of this number here. Money's being taken out of the market, not sideways trading. Let's hit refresh. So we're still at 182, Bitcoin at 53%. This is happening live as I speak. Bitcoin price on CoinMarket is 56.13. But live, it is 57.58. I'm like fixed to this now. I'm like afraid to walk away from the computer. But I'm not phased at all either. I know what the big boys are doing just by looking at this. $20,000 sell order at 5,800. That's not going to sell right now. Unless, this type of order here is you might have bought at the 5,600 level, put a sell order in at 5,800. So when it comes back up, we do a quick micro trade and make some money. 20 Bitcoin is still sitting there, 116,000. 35 Bitcoin, that's still at the 5,800. Nobody's buying it at that price. Sell orders are still in the 5,700 region. I mean, on buy orders, 5,700 region. I don't see any at the 56. So has it swung up a bit? Yeah, it swung up a bit. Last 5,790, going right back up to 5,800. Got 5 minute, 6 hour charts. Yeah, see that? It just popped back up a bit. This is, man, I'm having flashbacks when I was day trading, looking at this doggone chart all day. Driving me crazy. That's why I don't do it. This seems to be balancing out a little bit. We'll see in the next hour or so. Well, that's all the news I have, except for the fact that you might want to watch this for the next few hours and see what Ripple's doing. Pull it back 24 hours. Same thing. Look at this. Down, up, down. But it seems to have a swing for the last 6 hours. All right. It seems Ripple seems to be flattening out a little bit. A squeeze is starting to take place again. It just went up again. The last price, 45 cents. 24-hour low was 42 cents. So this seems to be stabilizing on Ripple's front. What about Dash? The Dash's chart. Yeah, Dash did the same thing. It seems to be stabilizing as well. See the bottom Bollinger bar? It's leveling itself off. But the middle bar still has a downward trend. And the top bar has a downward trend. So it seems to be, it looks like we might be hitting the bottom of this. Go back to Bitcoin. Now would be the time yet. I would, yeah. So we've got 2 5-minute candles in the green. 15 minutes candlestick is in the green. For the last 15 minutes, we've had positive movement. 57.58. Last price. 5 minutes, 6 hours. Bottom one is still tightly down. So this still could drop. This might be fool's gold. Yeah, look at this. Still bouncing in the plus and green, negative. All right, I need to stop looking at this thing. All right, you guys, you should know how to read these charts. We've been through this before. Let's watch it. If there's any major news, I will be back tonight for late night crypto talk. In fact, I know I will be. It'll probably be much later. My wife comes back from Paris, and then, so yeah, it'll be much later tonight. And we'll see how the market looks tonight as opposed to right now. So probably maybe 7, 8 hours from now, I'll come back. All right, everybody, keep an eye on the charts. There's no need for panic. This wasn't expected, but it happens. And we'll see what's going to happen in the future with it. Bitcoin Brandon out. Have a great day. Bye-bye.